You've probably seen images on social media of street food in India being prepared with little to no regard for hygiene, shocking viewers. However, there are many other practices that contribute to India's reputation as the country with the lowest hygiene standards in the world. This includes the widespread habit of defecating in public and coexisting with rats in religious temples, such as the Karni Mata temple. Watch this video to see the facts that make India a place with poor hygiene conditions. Before we start the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's free, and it encourages me to keep bringing more quality content to you. The Ganges River is considered sacred by millions of Hindus in India, worshipped as a deity in Hindu mythology, and an important pilgrimage site for believers who believe its water has the power to cleanse sins and grant salvation. Despite its spiritual and cultural significance, however, the Ganges faces serious pollution issues. The indiscriminate discharge of industrial waste, untreated sewage, and religious practices like immersing bodies and offerings significantly contribute to the river's pollution. Furthermore, agricultural activities, deforestation, and uncontrolled urbanization along the riverbanks also play a role in deteriorating water quality. This pollution not only endangers the health of those who rely on the river for their daily needs, such as bathing, drinking, and religious rituals, but also raises serious environmental concerns. The Ganges is a vital water source for millions of people across India, and its pollution affects not only humans but also aquatic life and riparian ecosystems. The Indian government recognizes the severity of the situation and has taken several initiatives to clean the Ganges, including building treatment plants, controlling industrial pollution, and raising public awareness. However, addressing the pollution of the Ganges is a complex challenge that requires coordinated efforts from various stakeholders, including local, state, and federal governments, local communities, NGOs, and the private sector. Additionally, it is important to promote behavioral and attitudinal change among river users by supporting sustainable and responsible water use and protection practices. In India, the lack of sanitation facilities remains a continuing concern. Limited access to proper sanitation facilities and an effective sewage system not only impacts public health, but also violates the dignity of urban populations. Open defecation is common in the country, especially in rural areas where access to toilets is limited. About 46% of the Indian population lacks access to sanitation facilities and a sewage system. In this context, it is often the most disadvantaged classes who take on the task of waste disposal on the streets and other areas. This responsibility often falls to men who frequently work without protection in sewers, where they come into contact with various unsanitary materials, including condoms and sanitary pads. Meanwhile, women carry baskets of excrement on their heads, which is even more precarious during rainy seasons when the excrement can run down their bodies. It is important to emphasize that these workers, known as manual scavengers, receive pitifully low wages of around 46 cents in Indian rupees, further perpetuating inequality and exploitation in this crucial public health issue. The Karni Mata temple, located in the town of Deshnoke in the Indian state of Rajasthan, is a place of great religious and cultural significance. Also known as the Temple of Rats, this temple is dedicated to Karni Mata, a revered figure in the region. The tradition of rats in the Karni Mata temple is based on various local legends and stories about Karni Mata. One of the most prominent legends tells that Karni Mata asked the god of death, Yama, to revive the son of a follower. Yama initially refused but later agreed to revive Karni Mata's son by transforming him and his followers into rats that would live in the temple. This story is one of the explanations for the presence of rats in the temple and why they are considered sacred. For many believers, visiting the Karni Mata temple and interacting with the rats is an important part of their religious and spiritual practice. They believe that seeing or touching the temple rats brings good fortune and blessings. The rats are fed and cared for by temple worshippers, and it is common for people to offer food to the rodents as an act of devotion. However, due to the large number of rats in the temple, sanitary issues can arise. Despite the efforts of temple caretakers to keep the place clean, it is difficult to fully control sanitation conditions in an environment where a large population of rodents lives. The lack of hygiene in the temple can be an issue for some people, especially those unfamiliar with the religious and cultural practices of the region. However, for local believers, the presence of the rats is seen as a divine blessing and an essential part of their faith. It is important to recognize that hygiene perceptions can vary culturally, and practices that may seem unhealthy in one culture may be seen as normal or even sacred in another. The The Karni Mata temple is an example of this, where the presence of rats is considered a manifestation of the deity and an integral part of religious devotion. In India, public spitting is a deeply ingrained cultural habit with historical and social roots that go back centuries. This habit is often seen as normal and even acceptable in certain parts of the country and is part of the daily life of many Indians. However, besides being unhygienic, public spitting can significantly contribute to the spread of respiratory diseases like tuberculosis and influenza, as the respiratory droplets can contain infectious agents. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. It helps us produce more high-quality videos for you. Education and awareness play a crucial role in changing this behavior. Public health campaigns can highlight the health risks of spitting and promote more hygienic alternatives like using disposable tissues. Additionally, it is important to address the underlying causes of this habit, including cultural, social, and economic factors. Public spitting is often associated with precarious socioeconomic conditions, lack of access to proper sanitation facilities, and a lack of awareness of hygiene practices. Street food plays an important role in the culinary culture and daily life of people in India, offering a variety of flavors and traditional dishes at affordable prices. However, the lack of proper regulation and oversight can lead to poor sanitary conditions in many street stalls, posing serious health risks to consumers. One of the biggest challenges for the street food industry in India is the absence of clear food safety standards and the lack of strict enforcement of existing regulations. This means that many street vendors can operate without adhering to basic hygiene practices, such as regular hand washing, clean kitchen equipment, and proper food storage. Furthermore, eating with one's hands is deeply rooted in the culture and is considered a traditional and respectful way to eat. Amid hygiene issues and inadequate sanitation conditions, however, this practice can pose a significant health risk. The lack of hygiene when eating with hands in India can be attributed to various factors, including lack of access to clean water and soap, poor sanitation conditions, and the presence of foodborne illnesses. In these circumstances, hands can be contaminated with germs, bacteria, and other pathogens, leading to foodborne illnesses such as diarrhea, gastrointestinal infections, and even more serious diseases. Additionally, lack of awareness about proper food hygiene practices can contribute to the spread of diseases. Many people may be unaware of the risks associated with food contamination through direct contact with dirty hands. The accumulation of garbage on India's streets is a major issue affecting many cities across the country. India is known for facing challenges in waste management, which are attributed to a number of factors, including rapid population growth, uncontrolled urbanization, inadequate infrastructure, and a lack of awareness about waste disposal practices. The piles of garbage on the streets not only detract from urban aesthetics and make cities visually unattractive, but also pose serious health risks. Accumulated garbage can serve as breeding grounds for disease vectors such as mosquitoes, which spread diseases like dengue and malaria. Additionally, garbage can attract pests such as rats, cockroaches, and flies, increasing the risk of diseases transmitted by these animals. Proper waste management is essential to combat this issue. This includes implementing effective systems for waste collection, transport, and final disposal. It is also important to raise public awareness about the importance of waste reduction, reuse, and recycling, as well as adopting responsible disposal practices. Many Indian cities are working to improve their waste management infrastructure by introducing waste separation programs, building waste processing facilities, and educating the public. In light of these challenges, it is evident that a holistic and coordinated approach is necessary, which includes effective public policies, community education, and individual responsible action. Only then can cities thrive as centers of opportunity and quality of life for all their inhabitants. Although India is often associated with issues of hygiene and pollution, it is important to remember that the country is also a treasure trove of natural, cultural, and architectural beauty. India boasts stunning landscapes, from majestic mountains to paradisiacal beaches, and has a rich and diverse cultural heritage that captivates visitors from all over the world. One of the country's most famous tourist attractions is the Taj Mahal, located in Agra, a monument symbolizing eternal love and considered one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. Built by Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal, the Taj Mahal is renowned for its stunning Mughal architecture, with beautiful gardens, a white marble dome, and intricate inlays of precious stones. This site of great beauty and historical significance is just one example of how India offers a diversity of experiences and destinations that go far beyond stereotypes, attracting millions of tourists in search of incredible landscapes and vibrant culture. Another iconic tourist destination in India is the Amber Fort, located on the outskirts of Jaipur in the state of Rajasthan. This majestic fort, built in 1592, is an impressive example of Rajput architecture and attracts visitors with its grandeur and rich history. Perched atop a hill, the Amber Fort offers panoramic views of Mayota Lake and the surrounding mountains. Its interiors are richly decorated with mirror mosaics and intricate marble work, particularly in the Sheesh Mahal, or Palace of Mirrors, where even the smallest light creates stunning reflections. The fort complex includes palaces, courtyards, and lush gardens that provide visitors with an immersive experience of the era of the Maharajas. Additionally, the site hosts evening sound and light shows that tell the fascinating story of its former rulers, making the Amber Fort an unmissable destination for those wishing to explore the beauty and cultural heritage of India. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. This really helps us continue bringing high-quality videos to you. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. By subscribing, you become a part of our community and support our work, allowing us to keep exploring and sharing amazing destinations and fascinating insights. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.